let's do House Reticulum. So House Reticulum's a bit weird because Reticulum is named after the crosshairs. I kind of think I know what I want them to do, but we'll get to that. So House Reticulum is a small, faint constellation. Its name is Latin for a small net or reticle, a net of crosshairs at the focus of a telescopic eyepiece. These motherfuckers make guns. Hells yeah, they do. Mm-hmm. These guys make guns. Yep. So I think that's the plan. Bombs, nukes, whatever you need to kill a man. And it is with a near like religious adherence. These guys are like, we make like fucking magic swords and shit. House Widowmaker. Yeah. Oh my god, our sights are true. That's pretty good. I'm gonna call it that for now. Oh, French. True. The gun is good. So if you want a good spaceship, you're going to buy it from House Fornax. But if you want a good spaceship that can destroy your enemy, you have to equip them with House Reticulum firearms. Yeah, so you can see waging war. And I think early on in this setting, early on, there was a war, like an aggressive combat war against an alien species. I think that for humanity to survive in this sector, we had to kill and drive out an alien species with violence. That's why we have a house that makes guns, a house that fights, a house that makes starships. Like why we all had to work together to like do this shit. And maybe Earth knew that when they sent us out here. Maybe Earth knew that someone else lived here and that we had to murder them. So this is a thing. We have this in our ancient past. And I think Reticulum, I think they're just, right, seek enlightenment through violence, right? They have the samurai mentality. Yeah. So that's their jam. Reticulum makes guns, bombs, flak cannons, makes knives, swords, nukes. On the bleeding edge of weapon manufacturing, near religious obsession with weapons and personal conflict. Invented and this is good. Invented and with House Crux are responsible for the formal system of imperial grievance resolution. Imperial nobility. Let's just call it noble. Noble grievance resolution. Duelists. Seconds. Gun and sword aficionados. The literal blade of the empire. I spell that right? Aficionados. There you go. Yeah. So that's their jam. And that's their job, to tell you, like, yes, you are allowed to have this duel, or no, you are not. Get out of here. This is not a duel. Yes, you can hire Reticulum Bravos, and that's like a whole thing, totally. And then employ and utilize the Bravos. A cadre of elite duelists who will fight each other in your name. Oh my god, that's so cool. So like to raise your rank in House Reticulum, you either have to be a crafter. Okay, yeah, and that's how it's split. So House is split between those who make and those who use. those who employ, right? Like, you either make guns or you use them. And eventually you will die. If you're one of the latter, you will die in contract. But you're contracted. You're a contracted duelist. So if House Crux, those who wield. Oh, that's great. Yep. So into it. There you go. Cool. So that's the two houses. And you have to decide, like, if you're going to be in House Reticulum, you have to decide, are you a maker or a wielder? And if you're a wielder, like, how many people have you killed? And the house is ruled by the top two in each branch. So there are two people who rule House Reticulum, the maker and the wielder, and it's the person who has made the best weapon, and the person who is the best gunfighter or swordsman or whatever in the whole thing. Yeah. And they hate each other. Traditionally hate each other, but like also might end up lovers too. It's complicated. There you go. Yeah. Fucking awesome. Folks are suggesting wield and weld. Yeah, but you don't just weld guns. And welding is something that the fucking House Fornax does. We do not weld. We craft. We make. We construct. We arm. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm into it. And they don't make the giant robots. Fornax does that. An Aquila captain piloting a Fornax mech armed with reticulum weapons is a god upon the earth, right? They are the fucking destructive voice that went out into the darkness and wiped out the fucking aliens and created this space for us. This is if you have one of those, they are a hero to the people, right? So that's the jam. Yeah. So those are all our living houses. We've kind of nailed down what they are about. How do Reticulum and Triangulum interact? They all have alliances and friendships, right? Like you can see that I've built it so that they all have reason to like or dislike each other. And that's thing. We don't know anything about the aliens yet. No, that'll be next, because I think there's like probably a half dozen species that are still around. So let's talk about the non-noble factions that I'm going to need. House Ridiculum. Well, actually, let's talk about Cygnus. So House Cygnus, they are very dead. Hunted to a man, or so Crux would have us believe, for their crimes against all humanity. They created the synthetic, who served us for generations, but who would turn on us for their Cygnus masters. Betrayers all, apostates, and villains. Also, though, they basically invented modern AI, VI tech. They were good. They like, I think when we have time to get away from Crux's propaganda, they're not. History will remember depending on how this all plays out. But I think that they actually believed in what they wanted to do, right? They wanted to like serve humanity to the stars, but they did also create a slave race. So that's not great. They're essentially our Wayland Yutani or our Terrell Corporation, right? And that's sort of their jam. I think that their responsibility was like legit, just like synthetic life and Yeah, just synthetic life. That was their job. That was what they did. Formerly the Imperial House. Now, no living Cygnus would admit it. And you wouldn't admit being an ally to them because nobody you don't want anybody to know, that you're down with the Cygnus. So we need something about like more human than human is our motto, like that kind of thing. We want like lifted up by these fake people that we made. I like cells interlinked is too on the nose, I think. Something about like not just making synthetics, but like creating life, doing God's work, right? Like something about but like creation. They're creators. They're geniuses and visionaries. Yeah, something like, oh, I like that. We sow the seeds. That's good, Sheen. I'm going to go with that for now. Yeah. Without them, the sector wouldn't be a human one. With them, we might all be robots. It said they had secret links to the guild. Is it sow the seeds? It's sow, S-O-W. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. I like cradle too, but we'll leave it at we sow the seeds for now. So they had secret links to the guild. But guess what? They're toast now. Crux had to get rid of them. Everyone else just followed along. Cool. Okay. Yeah, Crux. Again, like any ideology that we might find, by our hand. Do I have hand as another one? Because that's good too. No, I don't. That's good too. Yeah, by our hand is nice and like. And I think their sigil is probably like hands like open with like a bird like flying from it. Yeah. I might come back and change these later, but we'll leave it there. But yeah, when House Crux says you've committed a crime and the High Church is your bud, you don't like. I think a lot of these houses are right now feeling like they are beholden to House. Like they're like, come on, like we all have to agree to fight to tell Crux to fuck off, but like. The thing we've all agreed to, the thing that we've all decided is like, this is true, is that yes, Cygnus had to go. They were bad. So let's get rid of them. Yeah. But they're dead. They're not actually a faction. They don't get to be part of the faction churn. They're toast. They're gone. They're dead. Not actually a faction, just included in this list. And then, and, oh my god, their sigil is a hand turkey. Just draw around here, a little goofy hand on there. Anyway, yeah, cool. Okay, so that's the houses. Now, I've talked a little bit about the guild, so I'm gonna add them in. So the guild, these guys are, they're post-humans. They have no motto. They're tech level 6, above and beyond the politics of the sector. Don't really consider themselves part of the human race. Pro-alien, pro-synthetic. Incredibly powerful. These, I may not even give them a turn in the faction turn. Like they have magic. They have like science magic. Multiple bodies. They have like they've experienced the singularity already, right? Multiple bodies. What else they got? They got nanotech, sci-tech, etc. So these guys, their jam is they're untouchable, right? Like, even if all the noble houses got together, they could probably fuck them up pretty bad, but still the guild would endure because the guild are above and beyond. They don't fight over resources. So they live in a Dyson sphere. Could solve any of humanity's problems, but they basically won't. And then I'm gonna steal directly from the Zoku. If you want to read about my inspiration for the guild, go and read the Quantum Thief, because these guys are my kind of homage to the Zoku, and this is it. So had their origins in a hacker collective gaming guild. They're basically a Warcraft guild. And now they have ascended to technological godhood, but they basically just play games and like make stuff and like goof around. Basically just do weird space drugs, turn themselves into cybernetic dragon fairy elves, a lot of very weird sex, and play games all the time. Some of their games result in like genocide. But that's how it goes. They've totally lost touch with humanity. Yeah, exactly. Their MMOs are entire simulated universes. They got stuck in the holodeck and they could never find their way out. They're the culture, they're Eldar, they're the Jove. Like everyone has something like this. Their Twitch chat. Yeah, and so like Darmok and Jalad, baby. Have names like XX Sephiroth 420 Harsh Tokes. Harsh Tokes, these nuts, XX. Like they're just they're out there, and that's their thing. But they're alien. They've ascended beyond their humanity, and they've become this very strange. And if they show up, on the one hand, okay, you know what these guys are like individually. Individually, they're like the Weaver from Perdido Street Station. Where you're like, maybe they can help us? They're like Q. They're like the fucking Q collective. Yeah. Space gods that came from being like sci-fi hacker, Burning Man, gamer weirdos. Yeah. The Feywild, the Archfey. You got it. This is a nice trope that fits right into every bit of sci-fi. So this is why like the nerds, the technocratic nerds of House Triangulum are like, please. And they're like, get good, House Triangulum. Get good. Bye. Like turn into a cloud of nanoparticles. Yeah. So yeah, I am super excited. These guys are going to be my Deus Ex meme. And they exist in the background of the universe. Yeah, they did get good. They don't have a motto. Only the houses have mottos. Yeah, they're the Zoku. So I'm pretty hype about introducing them. Yeah, TL6 gives them like FTL communication. They're like above and beyond. They just don't care about humanity anymore. Cool. Okay. So let's talk about the spiritualists and the corporates. So I think actually there's some more miscellanea. So We need a criminal syndicate. And then we need like another criminal syndicate, I think. And then we also need like the PMC, right? We need the French Foreign Legion, right? Like the mercenary company. So how many we got so far? We got like 1, 2, 3 factions for the game. And then we have the Houses Minor. That's 4. You know what? Hold on. Let me pull up. I actually have a spreadsheet that I started. Nice, clean, stars with a number spreadsheet. Let me pull it open for you here. Okay, so here we go. So we've got Crux, Fornax, Vela, the Houses Minor. We have Criminals 1, Criminals 2. I'm going for about a dozen. Criminals 2. I'm gonna add in. I think, hold on, my notifications are in the way. Get out of here, notifications. You're at the bottom now. Criminals 1, Criminals 2, Mercenaries. Yeah, this might seem familiar to some of you. Welcome back, Mass Squad. So, Criminals 1, Criminals 2, Mercenaries, Church 1, the High Imperial Church, the Splinter Religion, and then what else do I need? We get like 2 more basically. What else? What other things are we looking for here? Like there'll be like a trade organization, and that'll be one of the corporates, right? Oh, the rate. Thank you, Tris. The media conglomerate, right? The Time Warner. Yeah. Okay. I like it. Oh yeah. No, I know what the last one's gonna be. The fucking factions that hate the Empire. The people that, because of all this chaos, has had an opportunity to like be like, no, forget you nobles. Let's fucking do it. Yeah, these are the rebels. These are the like, let's get rid of these nobles. The time is now. There's no one on the throne. Let's do the thing. So that's probably good for now. I don't want to overdo it, and if I think of something as we go, we'll add them. So so we have 2 criminal syndicates. We have a mercenary company. For the corporates, we have I was thinking like a big corporation that does boring stuff, and then like a small corporation that does cool stuff. And then no. There's the aliens in this sector are not strong or good or cool enough to be a faction. Okay. But yes, the mercenaries could be one of the corporates. Yeah, GE and Tesla, right? Like, hi, we're a big corporation. We make agricultural equipment. Like, we make the stuff that makes it so you don't starve. And then the other corporation is like, we make the cool, weird stuff. We make the good shit. Okay. And then Miscellanea, this is going to be like the freedom fighters. And then the spiritualists are the embedded religion. And then the more permissive, maybe aliens have souls, guys. Okay. All right. So now we got to detail some of this shit. Let's start with the freedom fighters here. So they're going to need like a FARC kind of like name, right? Like the People's Freedom Front, or you know what I mean? Like they're like a yeah. Oh, also, yeah, corporates are Time, Space Warner. We'll rename them later. Yeah, so like the People's like Liberation Front of Judea. No, we're the Judean People's Liberation Front. So these guys stand in opposition. So like type dudes. So they are like anti-nobility, anti-imperial, proletariat, pro-anarchy. Well, maybe not total anarchy. I think these guys are like communo-syndicalists or something. They are small government, power to the people, kind of like planetary scale, etc. So like some of them are like communists, but some of them are like libertarians. And it's like a collection of separate. Oh, that's good. Okay, so they're actually a loose collection of semi-related movements, varying wildly in politics, except they're all anti-nobility, anti-imperial, proletariat, small government, planetary scale. Some of them are like communists, others like libertarians. Okay, cool. Yeah. They're not right. If the guild is Twitch chat, the Liberation Front is Twitter. They're like every attempted like leftist like group meeting. So they're like, all right, everybody, welcome to the first annual Space Communist meeting. And then one of them's like, I'm a Leninist. I'm actually a Maoist. We're Stalinists. And then they don't. Yeah. And this is about like and their name has to be like the Unified People's Collective. There you go. They're the UPC. You down with UPC? Yeah, there you go. The Unified People's Collective. And some of them are like awesome and great and useful, and others are just jerks and they just want to like blow shit up. They're all over the place, and it's made up of a bunch of semi-related political movements. Do not join this faction if you're not interested in having like silly in character fake political arguments. I feel like this is going to be the thing that I need to like keep an eye on this channel so you all behave. Don't be dicks. Okay, cool. Unified People's Collective, a loose collection of semi-related movements. And there you go. Okay. And they just hate the Empire. This is Oninsa Libre. Okay. So I think let's talk about the Mercenary Company. So these, I feel like the UPC would be the faction that Staves would join, but he'd be like a religious, like, angry guy. Well, the thing is, it's misguided. It doesn't have to be misguided. It's just like, it's all of the political outsiders together. Yeah. And they all they can agree on is that they hate the nobility. Okay, so our Mercenary Company, they are like generally friendly towards the nobility because that's who usually hires them. I imagine these dudes are about they're about like when you play this faction, I think they can just people can buy their turns, right? To be like, all right, we'll give you, I hope that the people who join the Mercenary Company faction are the ones who are going to like get money from the other factions to be like, give us 10 fat creds and we'll do it. Give us 5 fat creds. Buy our turn. We'll attack them for you. Yeah, that's my thought on the matter. I need something German sounding. Like the Hessians, you know? Like these guys are. But Fotenhauer was kind of Germany sounding too, so I don't know. I don't want them to be too much like that. Yeah. It's a little too much like Fotenhauer. I want to like maybe something Italian. Maybe something Italian would be good. Yeah. Or Russian. Yeah, Russian's good too. Yeah. Russian. Let's do something Russian here. Yeah. Yeah, y'all are just jumping in here. That's good. All right. Basically just like guns for hire, right? Like probably have like a dark past. Oh, the Deathless. That's fucking cool, King Serpent. Yeah. Koshay's Needle, the Deathless. Cool. Affect a very scary demeanor. But like excellent businessmen. Very much like a space PMC. They're a corporation, right? That's why you put them in the corporates. They probably have a yeah, what else? Like, what else do we need to know about these guys? Oh, that's right, they're past. So they were formed from surviving generals and warriors from the first conflict, the war with the aliens, who didn't want to join House Acula when it was formed. Yeah, so these guys were like, no, we don't want to be nobles, but we will serve you if you pay us. No, they buy their gear from when they can afford it from Reticulum and from all, like they buy them from those guys. Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. Okay. I don't want to detail them too much, but I like the idea that they you know what? Here's the thing. They declined to participate. Turned down a contract to hunt synthetics and kill Cygnus. Obviously, Crux holds a grudge. Why would they? Why would they turn down the contract? Why? Who knows? Who fucking knows? Maybe they still use synths. Maybe their high general is a synth. I don't know. But why would they do that? I certainly don't know. Yeah. They're all synths on the low. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So that's them. That's the Deathless. Let's go add them. Okay. And then let's do like the High Imperial Church. So the High Church of Christ as Emperor. Easy. So this is a Christian religion. Christian religion that believes that the emperor... No, you know, let's call it a messianic religion. Because that separates it a little bit. And it allows you to be like Buddha. You can be like one of a number of messianic. So you could be, it has branches. So like that way we don't just have to stick with Christianity. I think that's cool. I think that's more cool. So messianic religion believes that the emperor is a recurring reincarnation or eternal visitation of, heaven will in reality. Highly tied to the nobility, obviously. Embedded deeply as state religion. Controls, manages, and facilitates every aspect of imperial spiritual life. If an emperor is not chosen, the pontifex, because that's a fucking great word. Actually, here, let me see. Religious leader titles. What's a fun one? Religious honorifics from various religions. Let's do something better. Something more interesting than like exactly. The imam, like what's the highest title for a bunch of like religions? Exarch is such a good one. Exarch is nice and like neutral. I'll stick with that for the high exarch. Yeah, that's even more fun. Because the religion is the high church, right? Because then anybody can be that thing, right? It doesn't have to be like Christian. You don't have to be a pope. The high exarch could be from... So this makes up... high exarch becomes steward and regent of the empire. The actual doctrine is a mashup of various earth beliefs. The faction will just figure that out. You can tell me what you believe. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. The high exarch. But they're tied in. You can come up with your own titles and stuff. I don't care. I don't want to do all the work for you. The Budala. Yep. All right, cool. Basically just like not particular. This is a conservative religion. Anti-alien, anti-synthetic. Though like recently that was never like a platform before. And then pro-human, pro-nobility, hierarchy, structure, control. Okay. So these guys, the more permissive, maybe aliens have souls guys, these guys are a progressive religion formed post... And this one, these guys are going to be very like, not guilty, but like they want to make up for the thing they did wrong. Formed post alien sector genocide war. Apologists, and like they want to like fix the thing. They did a horrible, humanity did a horrible thing by coming here and doing this. Reunifiers. They're like, they want everybody to like get along and make up for the horrible shit that we did when we got here. Like the repentant, yeah. Varying from barely religious sociologists and xenologists, liberal academians, etc., to martyr cults and alien fetishists. right? These are big. These are big religions that make up a bunch of smaller ones. I feel like, yeah, the Penitent is a good one. The Church of Humanity Repentant. Yeah, it's like the Church of Christ Scientist. And this is like they want to apologize. They want to make good on all the awful shit we did to the aliens and each other, and now synths. Believe that consciousness and the soul are one. Cartesian heretics, technically. And remember, not a splinter cult, right? They have a big following. So like they're recent. I'm thinking in terms of like how significant they are in the universe. Like, okay, if you look at like real life religions, I'm thinking of when was Sikhism founded? Sikhism was founded in like the 1500s. So it's like not that old as far as religions go, but there are 25 million Sikhs worldwide. So yeah, relatively, yeah, or Mormons. Yeah, totally. So they're relatively recent, but a big following. Preach acceptance and acceptance and love. Yeah, Baha'i. Yeah. The Reformation, Quakers. You got it. So I think they probably either are friends with or are courted by the UPC, right? So these dudes who are like, the nobles made humanity do bad things. These guys are like, fuck the nobles. So maybe they're friends? I'll leave that up to you. If you want to join up and be buds and be temporary allied factions, that's a thing you were welcome to do. Cool. Okay. So that's the Church of Humanity Repentant. Let's add them to the list. Wham. And then I have to add the, what did we call the High Church of Messiah as Emperor. Just the high, also known as just the High Church. Or the High Imperial Church. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. And then these guys are the UPC, which we decided were the Unified People's Collective. And unified is such a joke here because they're probably really not. But hey, it's one faction, so they're at, if you zoom out hard enough, you can figure it out. All right, so we need 2 corporations, 2 criminal organizations, and we need our media conglomerate. So let's start with our media conglomerate. This would be the group that, when we all got rocketed into space, these guys, they make TV shows, they make movies. It's like if fucking Disney, Time Warner, Fox, like all of them just like, yeah, if Disney won, if they just picked up everything. They're also a news network. They are, yeah. So these guys, oh, the Prism. That's so good, the Prism Network. And these guys have a motto. All facets of humanity, right? Like the idea here is that like the shining light in all its colors. Oh, that's so good. I love it. Yeah. The Prism. So good. Because like it feels a little threatening. The Prism Network. But also, so like, okay, I'll come back and we'll think about that. But like for right now, both all the news, entertainment, and general media in the sector, also monitoring, spying, panopticon, fucking 1984 shit. They're fucking Facebook for sure. Yeah. The like Musk Zuckerberg group. So yeah, they watch and are watched by just about everyone in the sector. Control over public opinion. Deep intelligence community. Deep intelligence assets. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Muskerberg. Yeah. Totally. I will probably like snitch for the Prism Network in other channels. I will probably I won't straight up like tell them what you said. There's not gonna be any screenshotting or anything, but I might occasionally, like I will with House Serpents, be like, some news has come down through the Prism Network. You find out these things. Here's some secrets. So that's a thing. I might do a little bit of those, a little bit of those things. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Picus TV, that kind of thing. Good. Okay. I think that's fairly, I got that pretty sorted out. I'm not too worried about that one. Oh, that's good. The full spectrum. Yeah. Fucking sweet. Okay. Cool. Okay, I like the Prism Network. These guys are cool. All right, so we need a big corporation that does boring stuff, and we need a smaller, cooler corporation. So some kind of agro conglomerate that has like a really generic sounding like Soviet name, like AgroCorp, Hypercompute Global Meganet, right? Like these guys just do like farming equipment, and like we make the sector go. Yeah. Like Omnicorp, Central Systems. Yeah. I want agro maybe in the name. Genodyne. Yeah, shit like that. Agrocom, Megastructure. Like there's, Acre. That's good. But let's see what it stands for. The Acre Corporation. So this is also going to be our CHOAM Corporation. So CHOAM, the CHOAM Corporation is the Combine Hanate Oberadvancer Mercantiles, a universal development corporation in Dune. So these guys are the CHOAM. And you want to get like a board meeting on the Acre Corporation. So agriculture, Combine, I don't know, whatever. We'll figure it out later. So Acre is agricultural, computational, recreational. No, so they don't do entertainment is the thing. Let's see. Agricultural remediation enterprises. That's pretty good. This remediation is like fixing stuff. Okay. Agriculture, construction, research, and engineering. It's pretty good. Kind of into that. Agricultural cultivation resource enterprises. Yeah, see, you're getting it. Okay, so agricultural. Commercial. Oh my god, it's just like SimCity. Agriculture, commerce. Something enterprise, I think, is the last one. Agriculture, commerce. right? Agricom or Acme or Acre for short. Yeah. Not like retail, like resource enterprise, something like that, redistribution or something. Yeah, I need it. It needs to be zone more industrial. Yeah, resource enterprises. Yeah, something like that. But it's Acre. It's the Acre Corporation. So let's jam these guys in. And again, I got time. We can always change these later. So, oh yeah, check it out. We haven't added these yet. So these guys are the Prism Network. And then we have Acre. Okay. I can always come back. Maybe it's one of those things that they've... Here, let's just do it this way. Nobody actually remembers what it stands for. You ask anyone, and you get a different reply. There we go. That's much better. No one actually remembers. So I'm just going to call it Acre. And they're like, what does Acre stand for? And like Twitch chat, we get different answers from everybody. The board of directors is made up of temporarily denobled nobles. A directorate is a way for a noble to gain power if their regular path is blocked. So like second sons, third sons, seventh sons, etc. The board of directors, like getting a directorship, makes you like a corporate viceroy. For black sheep nobles who are like, you know what, I'm still a noble technically, so we get along. But so they don't, you temporarily give up your noblehood. So you say like, okay, I'm giving up my noble title so I can take a directorate instead. Yeah. Okay. So what else? Basically they handle all the grunt work of industry and agriculture. Keep the planets fed. They probably like, what is it called when you buy up? They probably buy up like serfdoms and run them for nobles at a percentage. Have excellent relationship with House. What are they called? House fucking Eridanus. Most of the time. Currently in the middle of a massive labor crisis. Because like farm and mining and labor intensive jobs used to be done by fucking robots, which Crux killed all of. But it's cool because they're rich as fuck. For now. There you go. Okay. A small corporation that does cool stuff. These guys, yeah, Mountebank it is. It's very Dune inspired. So this corporation is like private sector, high tech, glossy, fucking TL5 shit. Cybernetic enhancements, exactly. Like this is like a Cyberdyne Systems. And I want them to have a really corporate, like the something ring. I'm gonna look up cuts of jewel. Briolette. Oh, the cabochon ring. The Marquise Collective. The Octagon. Let's see. Radiant, round, Trilliant. Ooh, the Trilliant ring. That's fucking cool. The silicone ring. I think that's a different thing. Cabochon's good too, but Trilliant Ring is pretty fucking cool. So these guys, makers of luxury goods, yachts, space yachts. Dude, you got a Trilly. Space yachts, designer drugs, pharmaceuticals, cybernetic implants, much luxe goods. Cool. Yeah. These guys are pretty cool. Hyperboats. They fucking make hyperboats, dude. Dad bought me a Trilly. Thank you. Yeah, NB Brit. They're a lot like Elixir from Roll20 Presents. Yeah, from the Sprawl. So like, if it's fancy and expensive and cool, it's probably a Trilly. Yeah. Supposedly, they made a series of skins for the guild once. Designed the bodies and programming of the Cygnus pleasure synth model, which they're trying to not let you remember. We're fine. Just don't worry about it. We don't have to take credit for that. It's fine. Nobles love them because they're Ferrari, Moet, Chandon, and like everyone's favorite drug dealer, all in one thing. Bad relationship. Complex relationship with the criminal syndicates. There you go. All right, much luck's goods. These are the dudes. Also, the inventors and sole suppliers of life lengthening technology. Like, nobody else has this. They can make you live longer. And they're the only ones. Why live to be 100 when you could live to be 1 trillion years old? Life extension. Yeah. Yeah, I like that, life extension. Don't you deserve an extension? Yeah. Rejuvenating treatments, etc. Trillion. It's like brilliant, but better. Obviously. I'm going to live to be 1,000,000,005. Cool. They don't have the technology yet to like re-sleeve people and stuff. They just don't. We don't have that. Only the guild has that. Looks greedily at the guild and their fucking mega tech. So trill. Ain't nobody trill as me. Okay, so that's the Trilliant Ring. And that's Reagan. Good use your words, Adam. The Trilliant Ring. Okay. Yeah, and they need a slogan too. Acre has no slogan, but the Trilliant Ring, have the time of your life. I fucking love that. That's so good. Cool. Okay. Good. Yeah. It's not brilliant. It's trilliant. Ding. All right, cool. Let's see. What do we need? We need the bad guys. We need the greasy shitheads. So yeah, they made trill happen. That's a thing. Oh my god. So in the game, let's make that slang in the game. If something is cool, it's trill. I like it. I think that's actually like slang. It is. Yeah, trill means true and real. Okay. Yeah, true and real. It's trill. I'm gonna use that. We're gonna carry that forward. Maybe that's where they got their name from. Yeah, good. So trill. Fucking awesome. That's so good. Then we get to watch all of our players get to use that. I hope they pick it up. It's very 90s. Yeah. Yeah, it's like real slang. And that's what I love is that they've lost track of it already. Like it is now, and then 1,000 years in the future we'll use it in the same context by accident. Yes. Tune in and trill out. Cool. Okay. Let's. Oh, that's so fucking good. Yeah. Big ups to Bun B. Slim Thug, Bun B. I love it. Thank you. This is a good way to sneak a little of the hip hop slang in there. I'm into it. Okay. So we need to do the bad guys. We need to do these bad dudes now. So what should how are we going to differentiate them from each other, right? Because in the last game we only had one like criminal syndicate. So maybe we just start with one. The Trill are a Star Trek race, it's true. Yeah, I can't wait, Najee. I can't fucking wait. It's so good. Yeah, like I think a collection of like gangs. So like, pirates. Fucking obviously. All right, so a flotilla of pirates. So these guys, I think, are gonna be like a collection of individual ships and fleets, small fleets, that come from shitty worlds and banded together to raid and pillage. They are, like housed in an asteroid field. They strike quickly and withdraw. Apolitical, save that they hate people who have money that they don't. Deal in kidnapping, piracy, smuggling like crazy, lots of smuggling. Illegal transport, which is like human smuggling, I guess. Flotilla non grata. And these guys are like maybe the something fleet, or their jam is basically like ransoms. Yeah. Oh yeah, ransoming nobles, kidnapping, ransoming nobles. Totally. Currently have a good number of kidnapped nobles waiting for ransom. Slavery business is picking up. Cool. Okay. Regular smuggling, illegal smuggling. Yeah. And these ones aren't they're a bit like independent. Like if you come from a bad place and you own your own ship and you want to be part of this flotilla, you can. And I don't want it to be too like, yeah, pirates. I want it to be like, yo, we just are all scrappy and we can't pay our taxes. And like, I used to be a farmer, but fuck that. And they're like, they're not nobles. And I want their like name to be like kind of flipping the bird at nobles, like the unhoused or the houseless, but we have the deathless. The ship of the like fleet of houses, ship of houses, ship of ends, like the free houses. Oh, the vagrants. Something about vagrants. I like that. That's a fancy way. Oh my god, like they call themselves House something. Oh, that's good. No, I like it. Yeah. House Vagrant. Yeah, because then it's like, no, we are a house. Yeah, House Vagrant is good. That's cool. Yep. I dig it. All right, let's get over here. And that's our first one, House Vagrant. Yeah, and probably like Minor House. I think also like probably like some of House Cygnus is definitely hiding out here with them. And they're, I don't think they have a stance on synths generally, but yeah, cool. Okay. And then they're not actually a house. Yeah, what is their fake motto? Something about like their blood being thin, like fuck the police. Yo, dude, we're a real house. What's yours is mine. Oh, that's so good. Is that a reference to something? Because I don't want to like make it really obvious. Let me see. Yeah, okay. It doesn't look like it's like it's like a reference to something else. Dibs. Okay, yeah. What's yours is mine is good. Yeah. Also, yeah, Monaco rules. It's a good game. I like that. Cool. What's yours is mine. Yoink. House yoink. Okay. That's good. It's nice. And then look at me. I am the noble now. And now we have one more. We have our other criminal syndicate. Now these are the organized criminals, right? This is organized crime. They deal in like maltech, assassination, drugs, the bad kind, slavery, vice, gambling where it's illegal, racketeering. I think maybe I want to make them a triad or a tong. Like the Black Dragon tong or something, you know? The 13 Martyrs. Like a cool kind of like, sounds like it's translated from another language. The 13... Yeah, like something like that. Like they're named for their group. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you want to buy ninjas, you can. You can totally buy ninjas. Something about like martyr. I think martyrs or like ghosts. Let's see what synonyms for ghost. Spectre. Yeah, there's Spectre. Wraith. Ooh. Wraith is a good one. Let's see. Revenant. Phantom. The Phantom Thieves. I like Wraith. The Wraith. The 12 Wraiths triad. 13 Wraiths triad seems kind of cool. Maybe it's like too like fancy. I want them to kind of be like, God, I gotta think of something good. Yeah. The Phantom Menace. No, a triad is like a name for a organized crime, a Chinese transnational organized crime syndicate. And I think that's where I want to like, I don't want to go Yakuza. Maybe something simple and like low, like 13 red dogs. Or 13 red lions. What's a good like... Here, let me look at the Chinese zodiac. I think the 13 red dogs is like... I think it's simple, right? Yeah, I like that. It's kind of good. Bunnies. The 13 red dogs triad. Yeah, I like that. It's simple and it's like kind of grungy. And red is like a color of prosperity. I like it. Yeah. 13 red dogs triad. Racketeering, extortion. 14 is like unlucky. Okay, let's do that instead. 14 red dogs triad. That's good. Yep. Okay. Illegal synth sales, stolen property from the guild, etc., etc. Maybe just red dog. I like 14 red dogs triad. Or the red dogs, or the like. It has a bunch of names, right? Yeah. Cool. There's bad guys. Probably House of the Red Dog. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Okay, cool. But this is we got to pick one name to use for them, so. Nothing but Cyber Ninja. All right, so this is our second criminal syndicate there. Okay, cool. And that gives us lots and lots of exciting factions for y'all to join. I like it. Cool. All right. So in review, wow, six pages at 2 columns. That's awesome. So, okay. In review, we have House Crux, whose motto is ours to bear, law keepers of the houses major. We have House Fornax, the furnace, whose motto is forged in fire. They build spaceships. We have House Vela, the sails, whose motto is on sails of light, star charts, navigation, control of the great library. And then our houses minor, House Aquila, the eagle, who are our fiercely and faithfully. They are the ones who control the Imperial legions. Giant robots. House Eridanus, the river, whose motto is in the black, managing Imperial economy and the treasury. House Lyra, artists, philosophers, funerists, propagandists and manipulators. House Pixis, who I think they've shirked their responsibility. I think they just don't have one. I think they're just like, fuck it. Like, they don't have a responsibility. And maybe that's the thing. They get to vote because technically they're nobles, but they're irresponsible. House Reticulum, our sights are true. They make guns, swords, bombs, etc. They're also responsible for the Bravos and for dueling. House Serpens, whose motto is pierce the veil. They're in charge of the Psychic Academy. They make sure that the psychics they protect us from a second scream. They also murdered Emperor Cygnus. So they run the academy. Yeah, they make the drugs. They do all that shit. Yeah. House Triangulum, whose motto is working the angles. They are scientists. No, we don't need a Pixis responsibility. I like it better if they don't have one. And then the dead house, House Cygnus, whose motto was by our hand, who gave unto us synthetic life before they were going to use it to destroy us. Those jerks. Our corporations include the Acre Corporation, which is the corporate board that basically keeps people fed and doing things. The Trilliant Ring, who keeps nobles alive and drugged up and flying around the universe in fancy space yachts. We have the Deathless, which is our PMC, our mercenary company. We've got the Prism Network, who are a news, entertainment, and media group in the sector, who also monitor and spy on people. The Spiritualists are made up of the High Church of Messiah as Emperor. So this is a Messiah religion that believes the Emperor is the reincarnation of heaven's will and reality, empowers the spirituality of the church, but also in a year, if we don't have an Emperor, the High Exarch seizes control of the throne. I guess unless he gets assassinated, which I guess could happen. The Church of Humanity Repentant wants to make up for all of the terrible shit that we did when we got here. They would like to reach out to aliens and embrace synths, and if you can think, you have a soul, even if we don't understand it. And then leftovers, we have House Vagrant. What's yours is mine. This is our pirate fleet and sort of rebels. This is the kind of like, we used to be farmers and fishermen and shippers, and now we don't have what we have, so let's go out and do the thing. We have the Red Dogs Triad, the 14 Red Dogs Triad, and they are bad. They're bad, bad, bad. But they have money, and they have influence, and they do the things that no one else is willing to do, except maybe House Serpents. We have the Unified People's Collective, a loose collection of related movements that do not like the nobility or the empire. They like the working man, but they can't necessarily agree, but they get their own faction, and so we'll see what happens. And then lastly, they're not really part of the faction turn, but set apart is the great chrome sphere in which the guild lives. Incredibly powerful science magicians that have transcended the human race and have taken their place and have not invited the rest of humanity to join them just yet. And they can do all kinds of horrific, terrible shit, so you have to be careful around them. These are my Q collective. So that, my dear friends, is that's our factions. Those are going to be our factions for the upcoming Stars Without Number campaign, which we may have a fourth player now. We're just going to confirm. I don't want to announce that. But once we have a fourth player, I'll actually be able to start doing the like for reals stuff.
Our illustrious champion
Startled me, Motley. Woo. Welcome back. So that's it for today. We've done some world building. We put some stuff together. I hope you've enjoyed it. You will be able to join all but the guild and House Cygnus. You could join a faction. I'm working on creating a protocol for this. There's going to be a separate Discord server to participate. All you will have to do is be a patron at any level of the Roleplay Patreon. And that's it. And you'll get an invitation. I will leave it up to you to decide how you govern yourselves. So all that'll happen as soon as we get those tools off the ground.
Champion returns.
Thanks, nobody.
Welcome home.
Yeah, so that's it. That'll be the jam for now. I hope you had a good time. This stuff is always super fun for me. Thank you for your help, everybody, because you did. You helped a great deal. And you will be able to reap the rewards once we get started, once we get all this shit going. So thanks for coming, everybody, and we will see you again on Sunday for more streams. That's it for me. I'm just gonna find you some music and I'm gonna go. Okay, here we go. Bye, everybody.